Welcome to the LongBox Paradox, episode 50.5. I am Dan, and I am back to do our previews episode like I promised. Again, I apologize in the last episode because I kind of blew off a week of doing videos. I needed to recharge and kind of get away for a little bit. So I'm going to start out right away with Image Comics. We have the new book by Jonathan Luna of the Luna Brothers, who you might know from Sword, Alex, and Ada. And they're doing 20XX. It is the first issue with Lauren Keeley writing, Jonathan Luna writing as well, with art. I am kind of a bit of a fan of the Luna Brothers, so I'm in for this to at least first couple of issues check out what it is. We have Copra number 3 by Michael Fife. Not a huge fan of his work, but I'm mentioning it because there are people who are big fans of his, so that is out this week. Deadeye is number 3. I really have liked this series so far. I kind of like the retired criminal who, had his big score and went away to be with his wife. And it's now starting to kind of escalate a little bit. The story is unfolding where the mob thinks that he robbed this mafia don, and he's like, I never did that. It's starting to kind of close in on him. I'm really excited for this. I like this series, so totally down for issue 3. Then we have Death or Glory number 7. There is a Bengal cover and La Rosa. I will be going with the A cover by Bengal. I'm a Rick Remender fan, and this is Rick Remender, so that's where I'm at with that. Die number 10 comes out. 2 covers. The cover A by Stephanie Hans with the Vampire Lord on the cover, and cover B by Dittman. I am completely down on the Dittman cover. I'm not really feeling the Stephanie Hans A cover that much. Probably because I just don't like the vampire, and the Dittman is a more striking image, at least in my opinion. Manifest Destiny number 39. What happens if Lewis and Clark went to a new world and it is monstrous and almost alien, sort of. And then we have Sacagawea also. Really interesting series. Check it out if you haven't. The trades, I think the first one might be $9.99. I'm not 100% sure. Spawn number 303. The Spawn resurgence continues. We have cover A by Mattina and cover B by McFarlane. The Mattina, in my opinion, is the better cover, but the McFarlane one has a black and white version of it. Dark Horse Comics, we have what looks to be a horror mystery novel called Butchers of Paris number 1. It takes place in 1944. Swastikas flew over Paris. One of the most notorious and prolific serial killers in history turned the occupied city into his personal hunting ground. Nazis and serial killers, put me down. I'm down for it. I will be checking it out. Not a whole lot that I'm very interested in. One of them, though, is Kill Whitey Donovan number 1. And mainly this appeals to me because Jason Pearson is doing the cover on the A. So I might check it out just for that. IDW Publishing, not a ton unless you're a Star Trek or DuckTales fan or Transformers. Usagi Yojimbo number 7 is out. I'm a huge Stan Saki fan. And DC Comics, we have Absolute Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, hardcover coming out, $125 price point. Might be able to get it cheaper through your comic store. This is one of those books that I can't recommend you actually going for the Absolute. Like, it was an okay story, especially after Dark Knight 2. I just don't feel like this is the kind of book you want in an oversized collection. And I'm a huge Frank Miller fan, and that's a hard one for me to even say. But that's what it is. Batman number 84. We're one issue closer to the end. One issue to be done with the horror of Tom King. The cardstock variant by Mattina is the one to get, with Flashpoint Batman and regular Batman kind of split in half. The cowls. I'm sure it's going to be an exhilarating issue, of course, because, Tom King is all about the action and intrigue. We got Collapser number 6 of 6. That'll be ending Series has been kind of all over the place. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I know not really a great endorsement or indictment, but that's where we're at with it. Deathstroke 50 is out, and the book is not that great, but this has a really good scan cover on it. So just throwing that out there. We have Infected Deathbringer #1, the Donna Troy Secret Six Dark Multiverse Infected. For me, the last Batman Superman issue where they attack the Fortress of Solitude, I thought she was the most compelling out of the uh, Infected. Again, I'm just not loving the whole Dark Multiverse story. I know I've beat that to death every episode, but they keep throwing these out every week almost. Inferior 5, #4 of 12. Interesting series. Keith Giffen, Jeff Lemire, art by Keith Giffen. I enjoy it. It's weird. It's something that just kind of hits this little part of my soul that enjoys it. Justice League #37. I'm picking up for no other reason than the Tony Daniel B cover. Yeah, it's really good cover. Lois Lane #6. This one spins out of Event Leviathan. It's the fallout of it. The A cover by Perkins is probably the one I'll be picking up. We also have, well, nothing that I'm too over the moon about, but Young Justice #11. The B cover is by Nick Bradshaw. It's probably the better of the covers. And we're going to go into right away with Marvel Comics. And we have Amazing Spider-Man #35, more of the 2099 crossover. And for me, the Ghost Spider variant of it, it's the Art Adams 8-part connecting variant for $20.99. That's the one for me. There's no other one. Annihilation Scourge Fantastic Four #1. Of course, we have to have a crossover. We have to have every book involved, although it makes sense that the Fantastic Four would be involved because they deal with Annihilus and cosmic threats like that. There is a Phil Noto variant, and that would be the one to pick up, in my opinion. Annihilation Scourge Nova #1. Richard Rider, he's back. And the covers are kind of blah on it. The team is Matthew Rosenberg, who I loved on the current run of Punisher, and We Can Never Go Home. It was just a genius book. So I will check it out just because he's writing. Black Cat #7. I'm not gonna lie, this series is junk. It really is. It's bad. Yes, the J. Scott Campbell covers are the selling point on this. There is a B cover of like Black Cat 2099, and that's by Olivier Vatine. Again, it's hard to warrant buying this. Conan the Serpent War #1 of 4. The Chemicoli Virgin Connecting variant for me is the one to get. Again, Conan's been very good, and you get the Serpent Crown, so very interesting. Daredevil #14. Right away, I'm going straight to the B cover with Elektra 2020, and that is by Scan, and I really enjoy it. It kind of catches my eye when you look at it. We also have Doctor Doom #3. There is a Patrick Zurcher 2020 variant, and the regular A cover is by Aiko, and I think that's the one I'm going to get because, well, it's got Mephisto on the cover. Excalibur #3, Dawn of X. The series has been disappointing. I haven't really enjoyed it, but this is the last issue I'm going to try, and that will determine if I drop it. Ghost Rider 2099 #1. There is the regular cover and the Ron Lim variant. Honestly, I don't expect it to be a good read, and I don't expect any collectability out of it. So that's probably a hard pass for me. We have Magnificent Miss Marvel #10. Book just has not been really that great, and I really enjoyed the early issues of Miss Marvel. And it's 3 relaunches since it first came out, which is a little excessive. But hey, who am I to complain? Got Marauders #3. Marauders has been actually pretty damn good book in the X series of the relaunches, so I will continue with that. Old Man Quill number 12 of 12. It has Galactus on the cover, so I am automatically hooked, and we'll be picking that up, and it's the last issue of the series. We also have Savage Avengers number 8. I have hated this series. It just, I thought it was going to be so good when it came out, especially, Diodato art, and it has not been good. Like, I have not enjoyed it at all. Thor Worthy number 1. I will pick up for no other reason than there's a Walt Simonson variant on it, and Walt Simonson's Thor run is, outside of Jason Aaron's, my favorite run of Thor, like, ever. We have Venom 2099. I feel like this is one of those ones to just kind of pick up and put away. Jody Houser's writing it, and the cover art on the A cover is by Clayton Crane. I feel like it's a pickup just to kind of have. I'm not over the moon about the 2099 books, but if I'm gonna take one and bet on it, that would be the one. A Web of Black Widow number 4. The Jung-Gon Yoon cover. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. It's good. The book is kind of blah, but that cover is fantastic. 100%. I'll pick it up just for that cover. And X-Men number 3, Dawn of X. Hopefully a little bit more happens in this, but it's Scott and the White Queen riding a dinosaur. So that cover alone just screams, pick me up. From Dynamite Comics, it's James Bond, it's Elvira, it's Red Sonja. It's a bunch of books I don't buy. Not because I'm a snob or anything, they don't interest me. Just kind of how it is. From Boom Studios, Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 10. The B cover by Kevin Wada of Spike is the one, in my opinion, to pick up. There is the Final Order cutoff cover by Mercado with Anya all demoned out holding a bunny rabbit. Outside of that, a lot of Power Rangers and a couple of books I really just don't care to collect. And in the indies, Archie versus Predator, which I can't believe that's still really a thing. Not a whole lot going down over here that at least catches my eye or interests me. Even, hell, there's not even a lot of Valiant. I think that'll pretty much do it. There's a Sherlock Scandal in Belgravia for anybody who loves the Sherlock show. Might be something you're into. That's from Titan Comics. And yeah, that'll be it. So, sorry this is hastily thrown together and kind of feels like I'm rushing a little bit. Thank you for joining me. I wish you good luck this Wednesday on your hunting. And my piece of advice, since I don't have any of the ratio variants in front of me, keep your eye out, talk to your shop. You might be able to get like a 1 in 25 from them for a little cheaper. There are some 1 in 25s that if you can get for under ratio, I highly recommend picking up, if for no other reason to kind of stash away. And if you do what I do, I kind of spec currents, moderns, and I flip them and kind of bankroll to get like bronze and silver keys. It's kind of become my way of doing things now. Probably not the best way of collecting, but it keeps things interesting and exciting, I guess. So thank you, and I will see you guys Wednesday or Thursday when I put out my new review videos. Hopefully I'll have something good to talk about this week. So thank you very much, take care, and goodbye.